No?
I don't know. What are we on here?
It should be everything. I put it back on Restream.
Okay. Let me pull up Mixer. Now let's see.
Testing.
Yay!
Oh, yep, it's fine. I don't know.
Well.
I don't know. For some reason, everything hates me today. For some reason, everything hates me today.
I blame OBS.
Okay, definitely no technical issues, so I don't know how much we just lost, but...
quite a bit. Potentially.
Potentially quite a bit. Hopefully not that much. I might even like come back and redo a bit if I have to later, but I want to know how much I lost. So we are in the room with the flask. We have all of the cake. Okay?
We do.
That is the situation we are currently in. So we're going to get the flask. Remember, if we open the flask, we die. So don't open the flask.
So right now we are small.
We have a flask of clear liquid that's poison. Okay, wait, maybe I just needed to actually get the cake. If I look at the cake now, when I actually have it in my inventory, will it say something different?
Oh, maybe.
No. It's just garbage. Okay, so, screw it. I'm not going to try to explain this because I thought there would be a little bit of a hint in looking at it, because what it should say is that you see a letter, but it's mostly written too small to see.
What? Oh, you can look at it. You would assume. Use it as a magnifying glass.
Yes. Is it with flask?
Oh. How would this be figured out?
Well, in later versions, there were at least a few things. Okay. That's right. If you try to read the cake, but the thing is, there's nothing to suggest. Yeah, there's nothing to suggest that you can read it except that one of the cakes has letters on it.
Oh, that's a bit of a hint, but I don't like it.
It's terrible. It's not acceptable. So let's read the orange cake through the flask, and let's read the red cake through the flask.
Because I want to know what the others say. Of course.
So that says explode, and this says evaporate.
Evaporate. Okay.
So
did we try eating the red one before?
Yes, it didn't do anything interesting. It just tasted good.
That's weird, then.
But what might we want to evaporate?
I mean, we don't want to evaporate the flask.
Well, we couldn't anyway, because the moment we open the flask, we
could stick
die.
the flask in the cake.
I guess then we would evaporate away the glass and die.
Yeah, exactly. So what do we want to evaporate? The ice?
Nope, doesn't work. Not there.
Oh.
Good thought, but wrong.
What do we have? Refresh my memory of what we have.
In our inventory, we've got tons of stuff in the case, but in terms of mysteries, only the area we're in, we just have the necklace, the cake, and the flask. Well, we have the empty bottle, but we already used that.
What could we want to the water in the well? In the bucket?
Nope. Good thought. Great thought. The solution to that is far more stupid than you can imagine.
Is it just going to be scoop the water into the bottle or something like that?
Yeah. You just scoop the water into the bottle. You just get the water. It's ridiculous.
Of course it is.
This red cake makes me so angry that I'm just gonna throw it. I'm just gonna throw it away.
It's that.
Oh, look, the pool of the sewage evaporates, revealing a tin of rice slices.
Oh God. No.
Now, to be fair, so you need this. This is a treasure, so you need it to get points. But it's not like it unlocks anything else. So this is like a leaf puzzle in that it's one of the. It's a last degree puzzle. Anyway, so that's the solution to that room. That's all you can do at small. So our next thing to do is just to eat the blue cake and get big again.
Get big, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's... YouTube, why UB not working?
Is YouTube still not functioning? I mean, I would be surprised if it is.
Well, it's functioning to the point there's a stream chat available.
Well, that's on Mixer.
Oh, no, yeah, that is Mixer. Yes, right, yeah.
You know, X for YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube...
it's on YouTube. It seems to be functioning.
It seemed to be functioning before.
It seems to be functioning. I don't know. I give up. The stream, it doesn't want to work today. We're just we're doing what we can. This will be much better as a video.
yes, it will.
Okay, I'm gonna save because we just accomplished things. So saving is a good idea.
Yeah.
DNH Gamer in chat is confused by everything he's seeing.
Oh, hello, DNH.
He's just shown up and doesn't understand that we're on a Teletype machine and playing Zork.
Yeah, so we are playing the semi-original Fortran version.
Well, I mean, it's about as original version of Zork as you can get. And there's no earlier version. So there's the muddle version, but it's actually the same. Like it's the translation is very accurate.
But it's slightly behind in features, so it's dead.
No. The muddle version is feature per feature the same, except the later muddle versions that had more features. So we're playing we're playing essentially the earliest version that's playable.
Yes.
Anyway, the exits
via a dot matrix printer.
Via teleprinter. The exits to this room were west, northwest, and east. But east was tiny. We went through there when we were tiny. West is back to the well. Let's go northwest.
That sounds good.
This is so us, which is cool.
That's very well put.
Isn't it, though? So here's a thing that's going to annoy you.
There's a robot.
So, we're in a room with a low ceiling, which is circular in shape. There's exits to the east and southeast. There's a robot here. And there's a green piece of paper.
Can we play Zork on the robot?
Kind of. So
what?
I think obviously we want to read the paper because it's there.
Yes.
So I'm going to type read paper. Okay, it doesn't understand that. Okay.
Read green piece of
paper?
Yeah.
Oh, nope, it doesn't understand that.
Look at paper?
No, it's so dumb. How about this? Read piece.
What?
So you can say piece of paper or green piece of paper. The weird thing is that the critical word is piece, not paper.
I was going to say, is it maybe a punch card? Do we feed it into the robot?
No, it's the critical word is piece, which is, I mean, it's like a minor bug, and they did fix that when they moved it to C. The C version, you can say read paper. Good. I enjoy the fact that read piece of paper is also an acceptable command, but read piece is far more funny. Anyway, welcome to the robot room, where we find a Frobos Magic Robot Company robot. Hello, Master. I am a late model robot trained at MIT Tech. The T in MIT stands for tech.
Yeah, it does.
Well, technology. To perform various simple housekeeping functions, instructions for use to activate me. Use the following formula, hyphen. This is one of the rare places where hyphen is an acceptable replacement for dash. This is pure ASCII. They could not have written a dash. So, what we do is tell robot, comma, and then, a command. CR there,
okay.
That's carriage return. Which...
Wait, where's the CR? Why is that there?
Well, because this is the kind of machine you were meant to play this on, which means you don't have an enter button, you have a carriage return button. Return. Yeah. So I'm actually, like that, we're in the rare circumstance where that's right, because this is a machine that has a carriage and has a carriage return.
Oh, that's a damn good point.
Anyway, so the comma is mandatory. You can command it as you will. So what shall we tell the robot to do? There were exits to this room southeast, which is where we just came from, and east.
Do we want to command it to do something before we check out the east room?
Well, so one of the things we can command the robot to do is move. So let's just tell the robot to go into the east room, and then we'll go into the east room. So we can just follow it.
Do that.
So I'll tell the robot to go east, and then I'll go east.
Okay, good.
You're in a large room full of assorted heavy machinery. The room smells of burned resistors, which is a smell you recognize instantly. The room is noisy from the whirring sounds of the machines. Along one of the walls of the room are 3 buttons, which are respectively round, triangular, and square. Naturally, above the buttons are instructions written in ABC Dick. A large sign. By the way, I guess I didn't mention it, but the instructions for the dam were also in ABC Dick, which is not a different language. It's just a different data encoding, so it's just being silly. A large sign above all the buttons says in English, danger, high voltage. There are exits to the west and south, and there is a robot here.
So I guess we need the robot to do anything in here.
Pretty much. We can't press the buttons ourselves, or we will die, which I am happy to demonstrate.
Let's do that, yes.
So let's save, and then let's press the triangular button. Oops! Giant spark fried to a crisp.
Great. I like that.
It said danger, high voltage. I mean, it gave us all the warning we could want. We knew what we were here for.
We really did.
So we can deal with this room now. I actually, just because the room to the south is like a quick thing to do, I want to do that first, just to get it out of the way. Okay. So I'm going to tell the robot to go south, and then I'm going to go south myself. So this is another puzzle that I find vaguely acceptable. It's sort of okay.
Good.
It's not too bad. So there's a beautiful crystal sphere here. That's a treasure.
Magic alarm company known at the bank.
Yep. So naturally, what we want to do is steal, because that's what we do. So I'm going to try and get the sphere.
It's not going to work, is it?
As you reach for the sphere, an iron cage falls from the ceiling to entrap you. To make matters worse, poisonous gas starts coming into the room.
Well, that's fine. It's not going to kill us.
Okay. So
it's poisonous.
What do you suggest we do?
Make the robot lift the cage.
Brilliant. Absolutely correct.
Is that it?
Yep. So if you didn't bring the robot in here, then this is a death trap. You can't escape. But, yep, the robot can lift the cage. Now, it's worth mentioning, this is very subtle. You didn't get the sphere. You reached for the sphere. So you do need to say, get sphere again. It's easy to forget it and leave it there.
Okay, that was acceptable.
And then I'm going to tell the robot to go north and go north. Yep, that's one of the puzzles. That's fine. I like that puzzle. That's good. Now, I'll mention, because there are many different versions of Zork, in other versions of Zork, that sphere is the start of a whole other puzzle. Because in other versions of Zork, it's a crystal ball. Not just like it's a crystal ball in that sense. And if you gaze into it, then you see another room, and that gives you a hint to go on to another puzzle. And that puzzle is largely acceptable, but has one part of it that's absolutely stupid. But we don't have that puzzle at all. That's in a later version of Zork, and not in Zork 1, but in Zork. Anyway, we don't have that puzzle. That's not here. So we're just, we're going to ignore it.
So
this was the room. Sorry, go on.
The machine room. So you said we can't deal with the machine room yet, or we can?
We can.
Okay.
I'm just looking.
So triangular, square, circular.
Yep.
I believe.
So.
Round, triangular, and square.
So I'm going to push those in the opposite order that it says, because it just is going to make more sense, trust me. So
push them in the orders of most corners to least.
But I'm going to tell the robot to do it, because if we do it, we die. So the robot presses the square button, and the whirring sound increases in intensity slightly.
That sounds like the voltage may have increased. That sounds bad.
Let me just wander west, because that's a fun thing to do.
Why do we want to do this?
Actually, no, sorry. We don't want to do this. I wanted to click one more button before doing that. I forgot what I was demonstrating. Let's press the
triangular one?
Yep, triangular button.
Okay.
A dull thump is heard in the distance. That sounds like treasure, so let's immediately make a run for the treasure. Let's go west.
Yes, that sounds like treasure.
Oh, no! According to Professor TAA of MIT Tech, the rapidly changing magnetic fields, remember I said we'd get back to the magnetic fields?
You did?
In the room are so intense as to cause you to be electrocuted. I really don't know, but in any event, something has killed you. So, one of those buttons made this a hazard.
Oh, apparently Mix is dying for someone now.
But if it's still working on Twitch, then it is working somewhere.
Okay, it sounds fine for me on Mixer, so good.
Yep. It's still working. Obviously streaming is just going to be a problem today. What can I say?
Yeah, I'm just being cautious with the audio because that affected the recording.
Yeah. Okay.
So we died a lot.
we died a bit. So I rather than going through all this because it's just a bunch of stuff to do, I'm going to say if you press the round button, then it goes down again. But also pressing the round button totally resets the puzzle. So if you go square, triangular, round, then the pressing of the triangular button is sort of undone. So all you actually want to do is press the triangular button.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Okay. This is one of those that it's like, I guess this is an acceptable level of puzzle, but whatever. What we're doing here, Tarisha, is playing Zork on exactly the kind of machine that Zork was meant to be played on. What we're trying to do in Zork is just get all of the treasures in the world. That's the whole goal of Zork. You're just trying to steal everything.
Which is the only way to beat the game.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes. Well, no, basically, literally, the only way to beat the game is to steal everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so we press the triangular button, and now I'm going to move west into that room that we just came from. And this is interesting.
Oh, it's like the round room, isn't it?
Now, the thing to observe about that is...
This is that room now.
So, wrong, but
you said,
good thought.
Because you said whenever that happens, any exit is random.
It's a random from that room. It's random from the room you're in.
Okay,
this room only has 2 exits, so we have a pretty good chance of getting where we want to go. We'll see whether we do. Hey, we got back to the tea room. That's where I wanted to go.
Hey.
But remember the fact that room turned weird.
I will.
Because it'll be important. It'll be important in a moment.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to save, and then I think we need another brief break. In Parappa Desert, use this Parappa the Rappa magic.
We got magic already.
I think it's just shield.
I like his ability to inflate his beard. That's pretty cool. Maybe? I don't... Oh my god, I just made the connection! Because there's the weird flying thing that looks like that, except for the fungus coming out of its head. This is that, but dead! I played 2 routes now to completion. I've seen this enemy dozens of times. I never made the connection. That's that other enemy, but like with fungus growing out of its head. Oh, that's very freaky. Oh, that's very, very freaky. Oh, that's very freaky. Oh, again, I'm being an idiot. Let me guess. I need to just beat this the bench with or I walk around it. I'm a moron. I thought there was a challenge, but there wasn't. Ugh. Stop babbling. Give me your fairy dust. Dewdrop, you silly, silly thing. But I mean, meet me later if, you just want to do a little experiment about saying, I'm not saying you had to do anything. I just, if you want to figure something out. Anyway, so yeah, eventually they'll give me fairy dust. What do you... Oh no! No! Not this minigame again! You glance down, you shiver for a moment, knowing that it's a long way down, and there is no net. Ugh. What a familiar minigame this is. This was bad enough as a minigame. I don't really need this crap as the as part of the actual game. Yeah, I got just so little.
So have you tried like using the jawbone or the tusk on the control panel? Just thinking of something to attach them.
You're brilliant! You're brilliant, Malo! Brilliant! That's it. Now that we've broken it, let's fix it next time!
Next time!
We didn't randomize the music?
So, yeah.
That's sad.
Oh wait, I did I might
What are we
not
doing?
have. No, I didn't.
Oh.
Oh god! Too far!
Okay, that was beautiful. That was excellent.
That was really bad. There's like they put a hole there
hilarious.
just as a joke, like, oh, just in case you're stupid.
No
you'll
one's
fall
gonna fall
here.
into that.
Oy vey. I can take this egg and drop it from a great height. Bye, egg. Well, that was a completely mean and pointless thing to do. Boink.
Hey, we are back.
Let me make sure I know where I am. Not good to get lost in the script. Okay, so we're done with the tea room. We're done with the robot room. We're done. So we just
Yay.
want to leave now. West is where we came from. Incredibly, this is one of the areas where west is the reverse of east.
Holy crap. Wow.
I know.
Oh, apparently uploads on the website.
Yeah,
went
I'm aware, Alberta, because I've been having streaming issues for hours, and every time I stream, that creates a new stream archive on YouTube, and so it's just now there's like 12 of them, but oh well.
Yeah. So now we have to scoop the water out of the well.
Well, we better board the bucket first.
Oh, do we have to board the bucket first? Okay, I see.
You can make the bucket go down, and then you can't get it again. You can.
That would be terrible.
Can wreck your day. Anyway.
Scoop water with.
So there are various commands you can use. I'm going to use the stupidest one. Get water.
What? So we just absorb the water.
You just get it. And it intelligently goes, you wanted to put this puddle of water into a bottle. It's really strange. Like, there's a puddle of water on the ground. You can't just put it into a bottle.
So we just, as far as I'm concerned, we just put the bucket in the puddle of water and it just slurped up into it.
I guess, yeah.
That's what happened.
Like, it's so strange, because that's not even a puzzle. It's just that it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, we need to get the water back, and you shouldn't think, oh, get water, because that's stupid. No. What you should think is, okay, oh, I had that absorbent cake that would evaporate if I use that here, but I had to use it there. But no, you just get water. It's so dumb.
Yeah. But then so is fixed pipe with gunk.
True.
So are many things.
Okay, so let's get the hell out of here. Wear the bucket, be the bucket. The bucket is love, bucket is life, suggests Alberta in chat.
I mean, it truly is.
She also suggests jump into bucket, but we were in the bucket just a moment ago.
We were. Yes.
Okay, we're back in the riddle room. If we go down from here, we'll be back in the engravings room. I remembered that we forgot to read the engravings.
Oh, yes, let's do that.
I don't remember what the engravings say. They're not that important. The engravings were incised in the living rock of the living by an unknown hand. They depict in symbolic form the belief of the ancient peoples of Zork. Skillfully interwoven with the bas reliefs are excerpts illustrating the major tenets expounded by the sacred texts of the religion of the time. Unfortunately, a later age seems to have considered them blasphemous and just skillfully excised them. The engravings don't do anything. They're just basically there to make this room different from everywhere else.
I guess.
Yep.
Aha, Zork.
So you're very lucky, Alberta in chat, because I'm just following a script. It's a script I made, but I'm following a script. That's it. Okay.
Zork is plenty understandable. You'll be fine.
So we're in a circular room with passages off in all 8 directions. Our compass isn't spinning, and there's a dented steel box here.
Oh, it's because we moved the thing from the round room to the other thing.
We moved the magnet. Moving the magnet. This was magnetized to the roof. It now is dropped.
Oh.
It's dented. And we can get
fell,
it.
I guess.
Because it fell, exactly.
What's in it?
We'll see in a moment. I'm just gonna. I didn't even mention the reason I didn't open the buoy the moment I got it is that the weight doesn't always make sense. So if you remove things, most of the time, when I get an item, I'm going to open the box or whatever when I get to the case instead of opening it immediately. So
I remember that.
You're gonna have to wait a bit before we actually know. Although, actually, sorry, in my script, I'm not even going to pick up the box right now. Don't worry, the thief isn't going to steal it because the thief can't steal it right now, so...
Because we mited him.
Yeah, because we killed him. Hey, look! In a small circular room with a pedestal, standing on the pedestal, there's a grail, which I think...
probably...
Nope, we're also not going to get.
Oh, okay. Maybe because we're pretty much full.
Yeah, we have to pass by here again, and my inventory is getting close to full, so I'm just not going to deal with that right now. So, you're going to get really annoyed here, but I'm going to say in advance, the thing I'm about to do is totally optional. It doesn't give you any points. It's just... a sort of neat trick of Zork. So you're going to get very annoyed, but it's a purely optional annoyance. Oh, don't try and guess. It's dumb.
Probably a pair in the long-forgotten language, solid granite, marble pillars. Okay.
So, we can read the prayer. Or I think we can't read the prayer because it's in a long-forgotten language.
Oh, that's a good point. Oh, no. We can... No.
Yep. It's a diatribe against small insects, absent-mindedness, picking up and dropping of small objects. The final verse seems to consign trespassers to the land of the dead. Okay, yep.
We did that to the thief.
That was interesting. Like I said, this is just dumb. This is just dumb. So there's only one other place. Well, oh god, it's even worse. There are 2 other places with a wall of solid granite, but one of them we haven't seen.
I remember that.
There's one other place with a solid granite wall, which happened to be the thieves' treasure trove.
Yeah.
So you might think at this point, say, walk through North Wall.
Yes. Oh, if this is the bank
no. It's even worse. It's even worse. So,
can't see one here.
That message makes no sense. There is definitely a north wall here. It's the granite wall that we wanted to walk through. No.
Walk through granite wall?
I'm just going to type the command. I'm just going to type the command.
Okay. What? No. What?
It's so bad. It's so bad.
But how does this...
I know. It's so bad.
Should we not just type treasure in every single room then?
That's the only one it worked.
Know it all, but...
So you can pass between that temple and the thieves' treasure chamber by just saying treasure. As I said...
But
it's optional. There's no points involved. You don't ever have to do this. So
can you go back?
Yes, if I type temple here, I'll go back. And in fact, I'm going to do that.
Oh, I see.
So I'm going to use that a lot. Yeah, I'm going to use that a lot because that's a convenient path through. But it's while it is a horrible cryptic bullshit, it's also unnecessary.
Yes,
so it's not that big of a deal because it's an unnecessary horrible cryptic bullshit.
So could we not then go to the other room with the granite wall that we haven't seen yet with this?
No, we can't. We can't. That one, that one also being a granite wall is just a troll. But we'll talk about that when we get to it.
Of course it is.
Anyway, from here, we can actually get back to here.
And yes, we have been eaten by Gru previously.
We have previously been eaten by a Gru. To answer Alberto Malachi in chat, you missed it, I'm afraid. So I'm going to put everything in the case, get the torch, get the matchbook. And actually, just because I forgot to do it earlier, I'm going to look at a few items more carefully.
Okay.
So let's look at the... And this is... It's totally optional, but it's fun.
I mean, yeah, we need the flavor text.
It's fun because it's not flavor text. So there's the portrait.
It's flavor image.
So there's the portrait of J. Pierpont Flathead, who indeed had a flat head.
And a pipe.
And a pipe, apparently. And we can also look at the bills.
Oh, what's this going to be? It's going to have his face on, isn't it? Of course it is. In Frobs we trust. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's just fun. That's totally unnecessary.
That is kind of neat.
Yeah, it's just good fun. So I'm going to go back to the temple, and I'm going to do that in the stupid way we've just discovered. We're in the treasure room. If I just say the word temple, then I will magically...
How does that make any sense?
I know, but again, it's optional. It's not that big of a deal.
He's a screwdriver, yeah. He's a screwdriver.
I'm going to go ahead and get this bell because it's there, and now my inventory is empty, so I may as well. We're on the west end of a temple, so if I walk east, then we're on the east end of a temple. You're at the east end of a large temple. In front of you is what appears to be an altar. Yep.
Okay.
So this large black book is, in fact, a Bible. I prefer to explicitly call it Bible. You can call it book. You can call it black book. You can call it Bible. I prefer to explicitly call it Bible because you will find other books. And so, similar to the knife or rusty knife or such, it's just the word that's clear. So I'm going to go ahead and read the Bible.
Okay.
Commandment number 12,592. O ye who go about saying unto each other, Hello, sailor, dost thou know the magnitude of thy sin before the gods? Yea, verily, thou shalt be ground between two stones. Shall the angry gods cast thy body into the whirlpool? Surely thy eye shall be put out with a sharp stick, even unto
like the
boat, or even unto the ends of the earth shalt thou wander, and unto the lands of the dead shalt thou be sent at last. Surely thou shalt repent of thy cunning. Now, this is actually a hint for something we did earlier, and...
What was it for?
You'll never figure it out. It's the worst hint in the universe.
What?
Look at it and try not to think about what it actually says, but about the form of what it says. That's the best I can do. It's a horrific hint. It's unacceptable.
Hello, sailor.
Don't think about what it says. Think about the form of what it says. I know that's not helpful, but that's all I can do.
The form.
I'm not going to give you too long to do this because it's freaking stupid.
Yeah, no, just what is it?
Look at the left. Look at the first letter of each line.
Yeah, I was going to look at that in a second.
It says Odysseus.
It actually does.
But that's not terrible. A hint. That's not. It's like the fact that the word appears elsewhere here. No one would ever put. That's not a hint.
It's not a hint. It tells you the freaking answer.
Anyway,
completely unrelated.
We're gonna get everything.
Can we not burn the book?
Maybe we can. I'm actually going to extinguish the candles. It's slightly important that you do that. We'll see why in a moment.
Ooh.
We'll walk west a bit. Grab this grail, because we left it before. We will get to the box. We will get there as well. But before we do that, so from the... And I realize, again, I'm following a script, so, like, I'm just going places. But from that room, we can go east, which we hadn't done before, which we're just in yet another narrow crawlway.
Oh, there are many of them.
There are many of them. If we go south from here, then we will find ourselves in a tiny cave, and there's a staircase going down from this tiny cave.
Okay. Let's go down the stairs.
Let's go down the stairs. That sounds good. You are outside a large gateway on which is inscribed, "Abandon every hope, all ye who enter here." The gate is open.
Not good.
Through it you can see a desolation with a pile of mangled corpses in one corner. Thousands of voices lamenting some hideous fate can be heard. And although the gate is open, the way through the gate is barred by evil spirits who jeer at your attempts to pass.
We've gone to hell, haven't we?
We're pretty near the land of the living dead, which is what it's called it elsewhere in the game. So remember,
that's right.
Yeah, remember if you try to take the skeleton, it says it puts all your stuff in the land of the living dead. It's not actually lost. You can get it back. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I mean,
how would we get past some ghosts?
It's so this is another one of those puzzles that it's like, let's not even try to understand what the hell they were doing. So I'm just going to ring the bell. Then I'm going to read the Bible.
Oh, like... Wait, read the Bible? That doesn't...
Then I'm going to light a match.
Oh, you've got to do a freaking ritual.
Then I'm going to light the candle.
And that's why that was important.
With match. So actually, it's not that important since I did this immediately, and it can even be the case that the candles are still lit at this point, in which case it would work.
Right.
But the worst thing, so figuring out this ritual is bad enough. The worst thing is, after you've done all of that, you have to just know to say the word exercise.
I mean, I guess to exercise the spirits.
Yeah, but I mean, why?
But how would the other stuff make
exactly.
sense?
You have to do all of that.
You've got to get to this point and then do that.
You have to get to this point, ring the bell. So you don't actually need to read the Bible here. If you have read the Bible before, it's fine. I just, I wanted to put it all together. So at some point, you need to have read the Bible. You need to light the match. You need to light the candles with the match, which then you can exercise. It's like...
Also, they spelled present wrong.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so we've exorcised the demons here.
Okay, fantastic.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop the candles just because we don't need them anymore, and I'm gonna run out of inventory space, so I'm just gonna get rid of those.
Okay. What about the matches? No, we still want the matches.
We're definitely still gonna want the matches later. Alberta in chat suggests that if I run out of paper or run out of ink on my line printer, that would be the real abandon all hope.
Yes, it would.
Look where we are. We've entered the land of the living dead.
Oh!
A large, desolate room. Although it is apparently uninhabited, you can hear the sounds
because we exercised them all.
Exactly. You can hear the sounds of thousands of lost souls weeping and moaning. In the east corner are stacked the remains of dozens of previous adventurers who were less fortunate than yourself. To the east is an ornate passage, apparently recently constructed.
Okay. So
Teresa in chat thought it said "begone friends" instead of "begone fiends."
So I guess we want to go in.
Yeah, why not? You're the tomb of the unknown implementer, a hollow voice says.
That's a name.
That's not a bug, it's a feature. In the north wall of the room is the crypt of the implementers. It is made of the finest marble and is apparently large enough for 4 headless corpses. The crypt is closed.
It's the developers, isn't it?
Yes, above the entrance of the cryptic inscription, "Feel free." There are 4 heads here, mounted securely on poles, the heads that had previously been the implementers. There's a large pile of empty Coke bottles here, evidently produced by the implementers during their long struggle to win totally. There's a gigantic pile of line printer output here.
What a miracle! What a surprise!
Here,
That's
as
excellent.
in the physical place that you are looking at right now. This is a line printer. This is its output. It's producing a pile in the back.
See, this is genuinely being played properly right now.
Yep. Although the paper once contained useful information, almost nothing can be distinguished now. I don't know how much I want to play around with this room. So like you can get the Coke bottles, but they're heavy. They take up a lot of inventory space. Same with the line printer output. Neither of them are treasures. So the only thing I really want to show is that if we try to open the crypt right now,
yeah, let's go there if we can.
then we're killed. Although the implementers are gone, they foresaw that some cretin, there's the hint that we're the cretin, would tamper with their remains. Therefore, they took steps to prevent this. Unfortunately, we've run out of bulls. Therefore, in punishment for your transgression, we shall deprive you of your valuables and of your life. It's funny that they mention, you know, taking away your valuables and then, oh, by the way, also you're dead.
That's the most important thing.
So, let's go ahead and patch ourselves up. When did I actually save? Just after the exorcism. So what I'm going to do, I am actually going to go back in there, but then just immediately leave. This is one of the very, very few places in the game where just walking into it gives you points. It's not about getting about getting the treasure and bringing it back to the case, but you do have to open it up and get in there. And it's sort of acceptable. It requires exploration, whatever. So we needed to do that, but you cannot do anything with it right now.
Okay, so we can't get into the crypt yet.
Cannot get into the crypt yet. And, you know, you could play around with it for as many hours as you want. You would never get into the crypt.
So it's some item that we need yet, I guess.
Right. So here we are. We are back in the circular room with the steel box. Now I have space, so I'm going to get the box.
Ah, very good.
And I'm going to go ahead and get my way back to the living room.
Okay. With many commands.
With many commands.
Including the treasure
Including the treasure command. So, like I said, as we get more and more treasures, every time we get here, that's going to get longer and longer.
Actually, let's check our progress. Do points. Do score.
I'll do that. I'll do that once I put these in the case, because you get the points for putting them. Sure. So, in the box is a fancy
Antonio's
violin.
bottom tile.
In the box is Antonio's bottom tile.
Yes.
We're going to put the violin in case. I accidentally typed put violin case instead of put violin in case.
I hope people got that reference.
If they didn't, they're unacceptable.
They truly are.
So I put everything in the case, then gotten the torch, then saved, and my score is 369, which is good. Hey. I was actually going to check my score here anyway, because I have an annotation in my script that my score right now should be 369. And if it wasn't 369, really that would mean that I did something wrong. So
we are hackle.
Okay, so we're going to go back into Tarisha is nostalgic for the sound of the printer, which is a totally correct kind of nostalgia. Sorry.
Does that mean you're also nostalgic for dial-up?
Yeah, well, dial-up is way later than this.
But still, I don't like that sound.
Nobody actually likes the sound. So here we are. This is back in the thieves' chamber. I just want to point out, because we're here, whose north wall is solid granite. That's the only hint you get, that you can go between them. But again, I just want to point out that doesn't give you points, so it's not that big of a deal. Like it's interesting, it's strange, but it doesn't actually give you points, so it's not that big of a deal. We haven't gone everywhere from here. We pretty much just left back to the home. And randomly, the printer sound didn't seem to go through there. That was interesting. Oh, the printer sound is like super delayed. Give me a second. I might restart the stream on the printer. One moment. So this is gonna really hurt. This is what I do for my craft.
Good timing. I just finished cooking. Want a plate? What's this? I recognize that smug smile. Don't tell me. You made lobster thermidor au crevettes with a Monet sauce. You think I'd make something that fancy? Oh, God. Olivia should be back soon, too. Now there's someone... now there's someone who works hard.
What? Hi, I'm Miki. Do you like Sega games? No. I can't believe it. If you don't like the game, why have you played so far? And pop in, please. There we go. Okay, hopefully that'll be correct again.
There it is.
Once again, there's a piece of paper, and so once again, of course, I'm going to read
Look
piece.
I'll read piece, yep. Where I have learned this.
Well, that's weird. That seems still to be delayed.
Huh.
Printer sound? Hello?
That's bizarre.
Wait, that seems delayed to me, but not delayed to the stream. What?
What?
I've had so many stream problems today. Oh my god.
Pop goes weasel.
I'm trying to decide if I want to do anything about that. Because I've had, you know what? I'm going to check the recording and see if it's delayed in the recording. If it's not delayed in the recording, I don't care.
Recording important, stream not.
Okay, it's just delayed to me. Like, it's my own monitor delayed, so I guess that's weird, but it's not that big of a deal. I wonder if I could just actually quickly disable and re-enable the monitor, and then that'll make it right.
Maybe.
Whatever. Anyway, so this was a note from the thief. The piece of paper is rather worn, although the writing is barely legible. The author probably had only used a pencil. It was a very elegant copperplate. To whom it may concern, I regret to report you that the rumors regarding the treasure contained in the chamber to which this passage leads, actually the chamber below, slightly confusingly, have no basis in fact. Should you nevertheless be sufficiently foolhardy to enter, it will be quite impossible for you to exit. Sincerely yours, the thief.
I'm not sure if I believe that.
So, oh good, that is now, that is coming to me at the correct time. That was weird, it was only on the monitor. That's so strange. Okay, whatever.
Huh.
So, let's go down.
Okay.
Because there was oh, I guess I should have actually read that. There was a hole that you could discern the floor some 10 feet below, but you couldn't actually, you know, tell what was going on.
Is this...
This is exactly what you think it is. So,
Yay.
You're in a small square room, bounded to the north and west with marble walls, and to the east and south with soundstone walls. And I don't know. So, the first step of getting to this puzzle, I don't know how anybody would guess to do this. And that's kind of annoying. But once you do...
Push wall or something?
Yeah, once you do push east wall...
how would you, how?
What you discover is it shows you this map of your surrounding area, and you are actually playing basically Sokobon now.
Nice.
It's pretty good. But as pretty good as it is, I'm actually gonna mostly just sort of fly through it.
In one command.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and paste all of that in one command and let it get our way through, you know, some area. The thing is, this puzzle, you can definitely solve it by, like, you can actually look around and solve it using your own mind. It doesn't need to be, like, guess what the programmer was thinking. So it's a good puzzle, but I'm not going to sort of show all of that because it's a bit boring.
A good puzzle? What?
So when we push this particular wall, we find in the center of the floor apparently we mean Zorko Bond.
Nice.
Well, Zorko Bond, actually, because Soko Bond is already a portmanteau of Soko Bond with bond, as in like a chemical bond. Anyway, the center of the floor is noticeably depressed here. Oh, poor thing.
Oh,
we should try cheering it up. We're going to cheer it up by just stealing the card out of it. So
seems sensible.
That's the only treasure to be found here.
Founded? Well, we made it. It was created here.
Now, there are two ways out of here. There is a door, and the door has a slit in it. Oh, we can look at the card, actually.
Do we need to use the card on the door?
And exactly. If we put the card in the door, it consumes the card, but it lets us out.
So we don't want to do that.
So we don't want to do that, because then we lose the card.
Because it's golden.
Because this is a golden card, it's a piece of treasure. The other way is, well, we got in here from a hole in the ceiling, and while we might not have noticed it there, occasionally it'll say, the wall to the east has a ladder on it. Some of the
so
sandstone...
we need to get that ladder to
exactly. You need to get the sandstone wall with the ladder to the correct place with the hole in the ceiling. And
let's make that automatic, shall we?
It's a fairly complicated puzzle, so I'm just gonna have it all happen automatically. I'm just gonna let it go.
That's a lot of holy.
It's a pretty complicated puzzle.
Wow.
Again, you can figure it out by just doing it. Like you can just look at the whole area. But it's not a short puzzle, which is why I'm just gonna like do it. So.
Wow.
Yeah, you can see that it shows like that there's an area above you that has the hole in it, and it shows when you're next to a ladder. It's a lot of steps, though. It's a lot of steps, though.
You're not kidding. That's a lot of freaking steps.
It's a lot of steps.
Yay, it's finished.
So now. There is a ladder here. That ladder is from one of those walls that we pushed there. The ceiling above has a large circular opening, so we can climb up and we can get out.
Somebody thinks this is the best.
I agree, Strixus. This is fantastic. So there was also an exit to the south of the small square room. I'm just going to very briefly show what that is. It's not actually interesting, to be honest. Okay. But this, you can see there's a steel door here. If we had used the door to get out of that puzzle, we would end up here. Yeah, that's all. Yeah. So there's nothing else of importance in that room. Just wanted to mention it because I'm trying not to miss too many things.
So it really desperately tries to trick you into getting rid of that treasure and making it so you cannot beat the game.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and there's a few things like that, and I don't hate that as a concept, but like it's just when the puzzles themselves are bad that I get annoyed.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in a passageway we've been in before, high north-south passage. Don't worry if you don't remember it. It's not like directions make any sense in this room anyway. So, Strixus, Strixus, this is amazing. This dot matrix printer is new. They still make these. This is not...
This was new.
Yes, This is a brand. So, there's 3 brands at least that still make dot matrix printers. And since they still make dot matrix printers, they still make the continuous feed paper. The thing is, dot matrix printers are really good for a very, very select group of people, being
definitely
dot matrix printers. Basically, you cannot destroy them. They are extremely resilient. So if you're like in a like mechanics shop or a wood shop or something where there's particulate in the air,
anything with lots of
exactly, a laser printer is just going to get gummed up and horrible. A dot matrix printer will survive anything, and so they still make dot matrix printers for that. The other thing is, if the output quality isn't that important, this is so much cheaper, like per character, than laser printing. It is ridiculously inexpensive. So they still make dot matrix printers because they are still useful for some limited situations. This is a new dot matrix printer. Well, it's refurbished to me, but it's a brand that's still made new. Yeah. And they still make continuous feed paper for it.
See, I knew they still made the thing, but I didn't think you got a new one.
Yeah. So what's fantastic, because dot matrix printers are now like a piece of like business equipment, they are very expensive. This thing, I bought it refurbished. If I bought it new, it would be like $450. Refurbished, it was $60.
Oh, that's excellent.
Because the thing is, it's business hardware, and businesses don't buy refurbished hardware. So
what connection does a dot matrix printer use nowadays? That's the question.
It has
Is
USB, parallel, or serial.
Of course it is. That's what they kind of figured.
I love that it's a dot matrix USB printer. That's so great. That's so great.
I was really hoping it had a USB. It actually does. That's excellent.
It is connected via USB right now. It is connected via USB right now. Actually, I think I'm going to take a short break right now. So we'll be back in a moment. Mickey, I have for you some fruit. Give. Oh, yes. That makes me very happy. To hell with this stupid evil crusher sword. Yes. Yawizel can continue to use the boomerang and actually do well. This is not. Wait, what? This makes no sense. This layer is clearly on top of this layer, but the buttons are poking through from there. But what? Are these buttons actually just on the vest, and the blazer doesn't have any buttons at all? What is going on with her blazer? God, no wonder Sayori had such trouble making the blazer button up. The blazer doesn't exist within this physical realm. This makes no sense at all. What is happening here? Yeah, the overlap is clearly that. There is no way of viewing this so that this side is over that side. Even though it should be for a woman's I don't understand.
Oh, God. Ooh,
wow, that was about...
Oh, no. That's just not fair.
Well, there goes our extra life.
Oh, that was amazing.
I do not accept the terms and conditions.
Printer on it this week, apparently.
That's
well,
very...
not this week, last year.
Yeah. So Alberta is being shocked that they still make the continuous paper. Yeah, this is new continuous paper. I just bought it. It's not like old stock. Okay, let us continue once I figure out where I left us off. Okay. Temple Northeast. Okay. The green and white. Oh God. I don't know.
I loved that paper.
I don't know if they do. Yeah, this is just the plain, form feed paper, but anyway, let's continue. Okay, so where were we? Oh yeah. So we're somewhere we've been, but we haven't gone northeast before. So let's go northeast. And this is a puzzle you did figure out. You're in a large room with a ceiling that cannot be detected from the ground. There's a narrow passage from east to west and a stone stairway leading upwards. The room is extremely noisy. In fact, it is difficult to hear yourself think. There's a large pat and a bar here. If I type...
I did figure this out.
Right. If I type just get bar, then it'll just echo get bar back at me. So I think...
Echo.
Yep. I was about to say, I think you'll remember what the solution was. Indeed. If you type echo, then when it echoes echo, the acoustics of the room change subtly, and then you can get the bar. That's a fine puzzle. I like that puzzle. There's a few puzzles in here that aren't garbage. Very few.
And this is one of them.
So I'm going to go ahead and go back via the maze. There's only one thing that we've left here. It's the lantern. And I want to mention, remember the problem with the knife and the problem with the portrait?
Yeah.
The same problem exists with this broken lantern. Once you've got this lantern, it's very difficult to specify which lantern you mean, because your other lantern is also a lantern. So the reason I didn't get this lantern before is that the battery-powered lantern, it's very important to be able to say that's the one you're turning on.
Oh, so it's the overriding kind of deal.
Yes, yeah. So the other side of that is that I'm going to just take the rest of the path back to the living room, but I'm actually going to drop the lantern here, not put it in the case, because again, if I put it in the case, it would be ambiguous. So I'm just gonna leave it there. Just it's worth mentioning. And there's no thief to worry about. Yeah. Here's all of our treasure now.
That's too much.
It's a lot. So let's put everything that we've got in the case and get the torch. I tend to do put all in case, get torch rather than rather than putting everything one by one in the case, because usually I have more than one thing.
Logical option, yeah.
And so we can now save and get our score, which should be 416. Oh, thank goodness. I'm following my script that I made, and it's like, if I do anything wrong, I'm going to be so upset, because it'll be so hard to, fix it. So
also, I just made them very happy because they do still make that
they
paper.
do still make that green bar continuous paper. The thing with it is, I think that the reason for the bars is it's supposed to fit perfectly with line printing, like it's supposed to be some number of lines per bar.
And maybe they'll just distinguish between lines.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think that the kind of printer we're looking at is perfect for that printer. Strixus agrees, it's line spaced. Anyway, so we are going to get the boat again. We went down the river once. We're going to go to... Oh, by the way, so the trapdoor... In fact, I'll just show this. So we've definitely killed the thief. I've done this before, but I don't think I mentioned it. We've killed the thief. The door still crashes shut. So who the hell knows who's doing that now?
It's
who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? Anyway,
we just give them a terrible idea. That's gonna be great.
So we're back in the loud room. We're going via the loud room because it's a slightly faster way to get somewhere. We're in a chasm produced by an ancient river. Great.
Of course.
And if I go east,
what chasm is not produced by an ancient river?
It could be dug.
Well, what chasm is produced by a modern river? Let's put it that way.
So we're in a small cave. Here's a shovel. Here's guano. You remember what the shovel is for. You figured that out.
Yep. I remember that, yeah.
So we're going to get everything here. Here's the thing. I don't think the guano is worth any points, but in actuality, guano is considered quite valuable.
It's valuable.
It should be worth points, but anyway. Sorry, I'm typing a few commands in here. So we walked south. We were on the west shore of the river. We've been here before. So I'm just going to drop the boat, inflate the boat, board the boat.
Yep.
Launch the boat.
Get it in the boat. Oh, you've already in the boat.
We already boarded the boat. Go downstream a bit. We've already been here. What is very weird is even though we've been here, it gives these short descriptions for rooms we've already been in. For some reason, it never does that with the river. I don't really know why. The river is special. So, I don't know.
Special.
It's just strange. Anyway, so we're going to go west here. See, here on this sandy beach, it just gives sandy beach. But the river, even though we got to the sandy beach via the river before, it still said the whole... I don't know. Anyway, so let's deflate the boat and get the boat... So,
I'm trying to think of how old the Tall Skittles Taste the Rainbow slogan is. Well after this, memory serves.
Oh, this 1978 Zork.
Pretty sure it was well after that. I'm not sure. Because if it was before this, then we could try tasting the rainbow. That might be an Easter egg.
So, Pi figured this out. you dig with shovel, it says you seem to be digging a hole here. Dig with shovel, the hole's getting deeper. Dig with shovel.
And keep
You are surrounded by a wall of sand. It's reasonable that, you know, as long as the message keeps changing, of course you would keep digging.
Yeah.
And you can see a small statue in the stand. In Zork 1, as opposed to... Oh, I didn't mention! The puzzle room... the puzzle room isn't in Zork 1. The puzzle room they moved to Zork 2. Okay. So the bank and the puzzle room are two aspects of Zork that were not in Zork 1. They were in Zork 2. And I'll mention the one aspect that's in... Zork 3 when we get there.
Yeah. I don't remember how I figured this out.
I think it's just this river, this area is very suggestive because it's a big sand, like we didn't see the sandy beach description.
Yeah, that's true.
But all of the other beaches are rocky and this one was sandy, so I think it's just kind of suggestive. But I want to show one thing that I don't think you actually did. So if I dig with shovel again... After having dug all the way down to get the treasure...
there was something else, wasn't there?
The wall collapses, smothering you. Well, there is something else, your death.
Well, that is technically...
That is something, and it is different. You can die there. Let's not do that. Okay, so... We got a new treasure, but the rest of the way back, we've already done. We were going to go over the rainbow. I'm not going to try to taste the rainbow. Sorry, I just wanted to do this command as one. It's faster that way. And
I'm pretty sure the slogan's far too neat.
And there's all our stuff. So I'm going to put everything in the case, get the torch, save, and check our score. I'm loving this. This is how this game was meant to be played, without actually trying to understand it, just having a hint guide, a script, and also on a line printer. So,
it's really the only way you could actually beat it, because the only way to do this all is by trial and error. Absolutely.
Oh, well, certainly, yeah. Certainly, the way you're supposed to beat it is you develop your own script. That's just true, yeah. So at this point, we should have 439 points. Good, we do. I am going to do something that's kind of, so I'm only going to get one treasure in this next one, and hopefully I'll try and show you why, in a moment. So we're just going to go down into the dungeon, places we've already been, and then go somewhere we haven't been yet. So we're on the rocky crawl, whatever that means. The door still crashes shut. Who the hell is still barring it?
I've got a theory.
The reason I'm playing the Fortran version and not the C version is, like I said, in the C version, that turns off when you go over the rainbow, and that kind of makes it too easy, because that's such an easy path. And so...
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, let's just not. Anyway, the rocky crawl has northwest as a direction, and we haven't gone that way yet, so I'm going to go northwest. You're in a room which looks like an Egyptian tomb. There is an ascending staircase in the room, as well as doors to the east and south. A solid gold coffin. So let's get the...
So we got here before. I remember
We've gotten here before. I'm going to get the coffin. In Zork 1, the scepter is in the coffin.
Which is the stick.
And the scepter is the stick. The scepter is the thing that you use to figure out the rainbow. In this, the coffin is empty.
Oh, is that it in this version? There's just nothing there?
There's nothing. Bizarrely, it is openable, but there's nothing there. It's really weird, right? Now, I'm going to show you the interesting thing about the coffin. So I'm going to try to go east. There was a door to the east. The passage is too narrow to accommodate coffins.
What?
So the coffin is a tricky treasure, because you have to be very, very careful about what path you use to get the coffin back.
Oh.
I'm just going to quickly check on the live stream, make sure it's still working, because it hasn't been super reliable.
Yep, seems to be.
Yep, working fine. Sorry, I'm getting paranoid because... Well, obvious reasons. I'm getting paranoid for reasons which should be patently obvious to anyone.
Zork will do that.
Okay, so the passage is too narrow to accommodate coffins, so we need to take a different route. Obviously, I'm not... So if you had made a map, you would be able to figure out this route, as long as you had said on the map when it was, like, narrow.
Yeah.
If we go up, we end up in a giant room with icicles. I'm just going to mention that. The other thing worth mentioning, if you've paid attention to the way this game describes rooms... There's always a paragraph to describe the room, and then any other lines are items in the room. So
the ice is an item?
The ice is an item.
Ah.
And you can't...
Okay.
I mean, I'll try to get it, but you can't. That's not a thing. Yeah, you can't be serious. And in fact, so long as so what I tried to do when I encountered this was...
Like if we had the torch or something.
Well, I have the torch.
Oh, that's true. Just melted the ice with torch.
Yeah, melt ice with torch. Why? Oh, because part of the glacier melts, drowning you under a torrent of water.
Of course.
Now,
of course I would kill you.
The actual solution to that is another one that's going to make everyone really angry because it's horrible. But we're not going to get to that yet. I want to remember the coffin. I'm dragging around the coffin. It's like a difficult thing to deal with. So let's finish dragging around the coffin. Then we'll deal with that.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Twitch works, apparently. That's good.
Twitch is working, apparently. You are standing on a path beside a gently flowing stream. There's some shiny wire here.
The wire.
The wire. We will figure that out. Again, since I'm dealing with the coffin, I just don't want to deal with other items. The wire is not a treasure, but it is critical. So we will come back to it. Luckily...
Do we have to heat it up in the magnetism room and then quickly get it to the glitzy room to melt it or something? I don't know.
Nice thought, but no. You're going to despise the solution to the glacier room. You're going to revile the solution to the glacier room. It is unacceptable. We're going to leave the wire here for now. As it happens, when we need the wire, we will come back this way anyway. Like, it's on the way. So we're just going to leave it here. Once I go east, we're back into areas we've already been. Atlantis room is where we found Atlantis's trident. We hadn't gone up from there.
How do we not know?
Nope. You're in a small cave with an entrance to the north and a stairway leading down. Fine, let's go to the north from there.
I do remember where this area leads to, though.
Yeah. So, this is another puzzle, and I'm not sure how I feel about this puzzle.
I don't think we figured this one out ever.
So I did figure this one out, but when I was developing this script, what I did was like make a bit of progress, get totally stuck, read a guide, figure that part out, make a bit more progress, get totally stuck, read a guide. This I actually figured out. This one I figured out on my own. So the first thing I tried to do was break mirror. I can't show that right now because you need to break mirror with something, and I don't have anything to break it with.
I think we tried that.
Yes, we did, and we broke it, and all that does is break the mirror. It's pointless.
But we can't just walk through the mirror.
You can't just walk through the mirror.
Through walls, apparently.
What you can do is touch the mirror. And
what?
At least when you do that, it gives a pretty obvious command that something is happening. Like,
yes,
that's different. What it actually is you're in a different room. You're in a different part of the dungeon.
Oh, it's send you to another mirror room.
Exactly. So if I go north from here, well, as it happens, we're in sort of the other side of the mirror dungeon. So we're going north into somewhere we've already been. But, you know, if we hadn't already found both sides of the mirror also, by the way, I should mention, except for getting the coffin, which you need to go via the mirror, as I've just shown, the mirror is actually optional because there's always another way. Okay. So again, cryptic, but not that critical.
Yeah, this one's okay.
Okay, so I'm once again going to use the technique that everybody despises of typing treasure in this room to get into the treasure chamber.
Why is that a thing?
It's very weird. So this is the least treasures I have ever gotten back from a treasure quest because just getting the coffin here is such a trick that all I do is get the coffin and that's it. Because, I mean, getting the coffin is a trick all its own. So I just did it.
We have many treasures, though.
449 points, which is the number of points we ought to have.
Excellent.
So I am going to get the brown sack. If you remember, the brown sack was the sack that was in the kitchen from the very beginning of the game.
Yes.
So I'm going to get the brown sack and open the brown sack.
Oh, what's in the sack again? I forget that.
A clove of garlic and a lunch. The lunch is useless. In fact, you might be able to eat the lach is what I just typed. You might be able to eat the lunch. I'm going to check.
Come on, printer.
Yum!
Wow.
So you can eat the lunch. The lunch is useless. I'm going to quickly check my score to make sure that at least didn't reduce my number of points. Nope, I'm fine. So let's get the garlic out, though.
So what could the garlic be used for?
So I'm going to get the garlic out, put the sack back in. Conspicuously, I'm going to get the lamp. Remember, I still have the torch, but I'm getting the lamp.
Okay.
And I'm going to get the screwdriver. And then we're going to move on. This is something you did actually figure out, but I don't know if you're going to remember because it's a very sort of particular thing you have to do.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you the other route via the mirror, the other direction, just because why not?
Yeah.
So here is a round room. If we go southeast from here. Actually, you know what? I said that you can always go a different direction for the mirror room. I think that's only the case if you use the temple or treasure thing. So actually, you might need to go via the mirror. I just managed to cheat that by using temple and treasure. Oops.
We are still here.
So we're in a winding passage. There's only an exit on the east end from here. So, strangely, from this round room, we can get into this winding passage, but we can't exit back into the round room because directions don't make sense in this game.
Yes.
Here we're in the mirror room. I'm going to touch the mirror to go to the other mirror room. Now, remember, we came from the western corridor. So, when I go west, this should dramatically demonstrate that we're in a different place now. We're now in a... Okay.
What the hell?
Thanks, phone, for suddenly thinking the accelerometer did that. You know what? Now seems like a fine time to take a brief break anyway, so I'll also fix that on the way. That did not just happen. I refuse the testimony of my own eyes.
There we go.
Nope. That's why we need to get...
Look, see, none of it happened.
We got the life again. We're okay, we're
get
fine.
one of these powers.
Okay, that's actually just a dead end. I was expecting... Whoa! Whoa! Feeling a little bit constrained in here. You look like you're sort of hunched over at an awkward angle because you're in this tiny cave system and you're an enormous dragon. Are we at an advantage for that reason? And death. Ah yes, Yahweh will cast death on all. Works every time. We're gonna run across the street and shoot the gun a lot at bad guys. We're also bad guys.
Hey, Buster, wait up!
I'm not waiting for you, Slowpoke. Are you seriously waiting across the street for... what are you waiting for? The walk signal? Come on, we're criminals. You can jaywalk, you jackass. Jeez. Hey, you've got coins in your body. Give them to me. I am lost out. 9, let's go abroad for liking your strong. I don't know what it is today. Why is the game even weirder than normal? Why? Why, Fish Elf Need Good Run? This planet can't live! Have you tried fighting the aliens? They do not put up a fight. Basically, like, hit them a little bit with a wet towel, and you will win. They suck. There's like staircase without a banister, and you can jump off it to your death. Cedric! Oh, that's you.
Cedric!
Well, Cedric just became a wolf snack.
Yep.
Which I think is probably for the best, honestly.
Yeah,
he's an
he is
annoying
not
twit.
Not helpful at all.
Now, why would you save in cat when that was a wolf, which is a dog?
Hello!
Hi.
So, through our collective brilliance and intuition and just general ability to really delve into the depths of understanding the programmers of this game and such, we have found a walkthrough. Oh, that's right. I was trying to get into the damned car. Not like that. Get in the car, please! I'm begging you to get in the car. I'm pressing every button. I had to approach it from above before. Am I, like, trapped? Can I not get in the car ever because I can't approach it from above? Oh, what do I do here? Let me in the buggy! Oh, this game is buggy. Okay, and oh, great! We can increase our hooks, our vups, or our mucks! None of those are abbreviations of anything I know! Oh no! We have 5 points to distribute, and I have no clue what any of this means! Yeah, Weasel, please give me that red cap, but it's sutured into my skull. Did I tell you that I saw a giant ant one time at Giant Step? Oh, sorry, I did. And plunk. There we go.
Yay.
Okay, so I just went touch mirror west. Okay. Okay, so, right, we're in a different corridor than we were, and this one is an east-west passageway, so we can actually go west past here, which we couldn't before. So, yeah, when you touch the mirror...
You can probably go north, because...
Oh, yeah, I just don't happen to want to right now. Here is the other granite wall. And with annoying conspicuousness, it has the letters granite wall etched into it. And it does nothing. You can't do anything with this granite wall. There's absolutely no function to it.
Can we not say, like, granite wall in one of the other rooms to get us to this one?
Nope.
I guess you tried that then. Okay.
So part of this, like, after I got my script, I also went through and looked. I actually found a really good guide on this version of Zork. Wow. And so I went through and looked for any sort of additional hints. And no, there's nothing.
Oh, well, that's depressing.
Anyway, so we're near the coal mine. We haven't gone into the coal mine yet, so we're going to go north and then northeast.
Squeak, squeak. Yes, no.
So, not yet. So north, we were at the entrance to the coal mine. There's really not a lot to say there. You can go northeast or northwest. I went northeast. This is a puzzle that Lord Pie did figure out when we played this before.
And this was a weird one.
It's a very strange puzzle. It's really sort of intricate. But I'm actually just gonna leave it for the moment.
Okay, fair enough.
We'll get back to it. So I'm going to... Oh, no, sorry. No. I'm not quite gonna leave it for now. I'm going to... You know what? I am going to leave it for now. I'm going to... Oh, dang it. How do I... Okay, yeah. I'm going to save, and then we're probably... That's a very conspicuous thing I'm doing.
Okay.
So
I don't remember the exact solution to this one.
Well, so there's a couple of puzzles I'm sort of mixing together here. So we're in a narrow tunnel with wooden beams. We can go south or west. If we go west... Then we're in a small, nondescript room. From the direction of a small descending staircase, a foul odor can be detected.
Oh.
That's a bit conspicuous. So, I like foul odors. Let's go down the staircase.
Yes. Good idea. We're not going to die or anything.
You're in a small room which smells strongly of coal gas. Hey, a sapphire-encrusted bracelet. Oh. The smell coming from this room with coal gas, I would think twice about carrying a torch in here.
Oh.
Boom.
Nice.
Remember how conspicuously I brought the battery-powered lamp with me?
Oh, so could you not leave the torch in the previous room and then just go back out and be fine?
I'm going to put the torch in this basket. I mean, it's just, so yes, you can leave the torch there. The thing is, you can't get the bracelet if it's dark, because you can't see anything if it's dark.
Oh, that's right,
you need
you
some
can't
light
interact with
source.
the...
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just going to leave these here. There's a reason I'm leaving those here. We don't need to leave them here now. You just need to leave them somewhere, but I need to leave them there eventually.
Okay.
So fine, I'm just going to leave them there. So when I go north and then turn on the lamp so that I don't get eaten by a grue, we're in a narrow tunnel. Yeah, we've actually already seen this, so I'm just going to go ahead and go to where we can get the bracelet.
Excellent.
But now, conspicuously, we didn't explode.
I wonder why.
So let's get the bracelet. And if we go up east, southwest, which is not the opposite of the way we got here because directions don't make any sense, we're at the mine entrance. If we go northwest from the mine entrance. So I'm going to go ahead. Here's the strange squeaky sounds that you remembered.
Yep, here it is.
I'm going to go ahead and save because I just want to show something. So I'm going to save and then drop the garlic. Obviously, there's no reason why I would drop the garlic. That's
not at all.
Silly. But there is a passage to the west. If you go to that passage without carrying the garlic, then
what's going to happen?
You're in a small room that has only one door to the east. There's an exquisite jade figurine here. A deranged vampire bat, a reject from Wumpus, swoops down from the ceiling and lifts you away, and then puts you into a puzzle, which we'll get to later.
Let's do that.
So let's restore. We're going to get to that puzzle soon enough. And
good idea.
Just not drop the garlic. This is one that Lord Pie did figure out. So if you go there with the garlic, well, suffice it to say, the vampire bat doesn't like garlic.
Because it's a vampire.
Because it's a vampire bat. I mean, a lot of these puzzles are really on the edge between, like, just stupid. Really anyway, that's how you get the figurine. I can't quite decide how much I hate that, but it's certainly a non-zero amount. So we're gonna get the figurine and leave.
Yes.
So we're now back in that tunnel that was described as having wooden beams.
Yep.
We didn't go northeast from there. We went west to get the coal room, and now we're in the maze.
this bit, okay.
Once again, of course, you can map out this maze. Pi did map out this maze, and Pi found the way out of this. He has no memory of doing this.
I don't.
Anyway, I'm just going to do north, northeast, northwest, down.
Didn't it get out of this accidentally?
No, you mapped it out. I distinctly... Well, actually, wait. Maybe you got out of it accidentally, and then I mapped it out. I don't remember. We definitely had a map.
And then you mapped it out with the thing you rigged up. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, you're in a very small room. In the corner is a rickety wooden ladder leading downward, so we can continue down. Non-zero, but less than Graham's number. I can't prove that it's less than Graham's number. On one side of the bottom narrow wooden, the wooden ladder, we can go northeast and south. South is towards a puzzle that, again, you figured out. We're not going to go there yet. If I go northeast, we're at a dead end, and there's a small heap of coal here. I want to say briefly, this dead end message. There are a few rooms for which the text is just dead end, and in every case,
true.
Well, no. In every case, it is a dead end. And you can just leave, and there's only one exit, and it goes back where you came from. It's not southwest in this case, because the orthogonal directions make no sense in this game. Yeah. But there's always only one exit, and it goes back where you came from. The thing is, what really screwed me up trying to map the mazes is I didn't understand that dead end didn't mean you can't go that way. It means you just went that way, and now you're in a dead end.
Oh, yeah.
And so you need to, like, know that this is a separate room, even though it doesn't look like you've gone into a separate room at all. It looks like you've just run into a dead end.
Yeah, in this case, the description kind of indicates
Well,
it's a
because of the presence of coal, yeah.
Yeah. But not every case.
But not every case, yeah. So we're going to get the coal, and then we're going to go back to where the basket was. By the way, there's obviously no way at this point that you could know to put this in the basket, but Lord Pie did figure this out. It is figure-out-able. So it's not, it's not inconceivable. So we're going to put the coal in the basket, and then we're going to lower the basket. The basket is on a, thingy that you can lower. The basket is lowered in the bottom of the shaft. Yeah. Okay. We haven't actually seen the bottom of the shaft yet, so it's not obvious why we would do this, but suffice it to say, you can figure it out. The other thing I'm going to do that's really, really suspicious is drop everything and then pick up the lamp. Because I don't want anything in my inventory except the lamp. Again, this is something you could figure out. I'm just sort of skipping the steps of figuring out. We'll talk about it when we get there. Yes, this is my 6th anniversary live stream, Teresha, which means, of course, I've had trouble streaming all day. Okay, we just got the lamp. I'm actually going to save just because I can. Now, if you remember when we went through the maze and we got to the ladder room, there was a path south that we didn't take.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go south. Now, this, I want to say, this is a meta mystery here. So you're in a long and narrow passage, which is cluttered with broken timbers, a wide... Let me just belch randomly. A wide passage comes to the north and turns at the southwest corner of the room into a very narrow passage. And indeed, it's very, very narrow. If you try to go that way, you can't even fit. So it's a very narrow passage. Indeed, you can't go through the passage with anything. You must have an absolutely empty inventory. But it's dark.
Indeed.
It's dark.
Yes.
So if you're not careful, you'll be eaten by a grue. The other thing I'm going to mention is there's a pile of timbers here which has no function in the game at all. But weirdly, in later versions of the game, in the 616-point version of the game, it does have a function. So it's like, did they put it there in anticipation of a future puzzle? Or did they just put it there for set dressing and then later decide to give it a function? I don't know. It's very weird.
We could ask them.
Let's drop the lamp. So that we have a completely empty inventory. Conspicuously, I did not turn off the lamp, and I'm going to tell you why in a moment. So now we can fit through the passage because we have absolutely nothing. We're in a small square room, which is at the bottom of a large shaft. To the east is a passageway, and to the north is a very long passage. The shaft can be seen a heavy iron chain. That's what would hint you that the chain is connected to the basket. We've already lowered the basket, so if you had come all this way, you could figure it out, but yeah, you need to figure that out, lower the basket, and you need exactly these things in the basket. Again, you could figure that out by poking around, but we've just, we've already done that. So let's get all of this stuff out of the basket. And I believe we can only go south from here. Right, because northeast is the narrow passage. Oh my god, the long memory. Oh, don't. So, Bit Van Byte already shows up in like every damned stream to mock me about not pressing 9. Do I have somebody else to mock me for that forever?
Apparently you do.
Apparently I do. Sorry, it wasn't south, it was east. Let me actually go a direction that's a real direction.
Are there any real directions in Zorko? Really?
Fair enough. You're in a large room which seems to be air-conditioned. That's nice. In one corner, there's a machine, question mark, which is shaped somewhat like a clothes dryer. On the panel, there's a switch which is labeled in an obscure dialect of Swahili. Fortunately, I know this dialect, and the label translates to start. The switch does not appear to be manipulatable by any human hands, unless the fingers are about 1/16 by 1/4 of an inch. That's your hint that you need the screwdriver.
Yeah.
On front of the machine is a large lid, which is closed. So, Lord Pie did figure this out.
I did get this one. I remember this one.
Yep. So, you open the lid. There is nothing in the machine, which is why I didn't show anything. You put the coal into the machine and close the lid. So, it's not like if you leave the lid open, it'll kill you. I think it'll just not function if you leave the lid open.
Yeah, I think so.
And this took us a long time to figure out because
it did.
You don't turn a switch.
Oh, yes, I remember this.
You flip a switch, you maybe push or pull a switch. You don't turn a switch. But the only command that works is turn switch with screwdriver.
But see, you kind of would if it was activated with a screwdriver for some reason.
I guess.
So it kind of makes sense.
It's just, I don't know. Anyway, so you turn the switch, the machine comes to life figuratively with a dazzling display of colored lights. After a few moments, the excitement fades, and now, if we open the lid...
We have...
a printing.
A piece of coal.
The lid opens, and then we have to actually look for it to show us what the hell is going on. A piece of coal. A huge diamond.
Yay! That is somehow bigger than the piece of coal.
So let's get that diamond and move northwest. And once again, if we want to actually be able to get through this passage, we can't have anything, so I'm going to put it all in the basket. Then I'm going to figure out where I am in my script. And remember when I said that I conspicuously didn't turn off the lamp? If you had left the lamp on, or sorry, if you had turned the lamp off, then at this point you would be eaten by a crew. Because the thing is, you can't interact with the lamp that's on the ground, even if you know it's there, if the room is dark.
Because it's too dark.
So you must leave the lamp on. That's like, that's a real tricky bit there.
Yeah, that's a bit of a not so nice thing.
that's pretty mean, actually. Anyway, so if we now get the lamp, I'm going to leave the timbers. Like I said, they do nothing in this version of the game.
We tried to figure what they were for.
I know,
as well.
and they do something in a later version of the game, which is so weird. Anyway, so if we come back to where the basket is, we can raise the basket, and then, of course, it'll have the diamond in it from below. Hooray.
Yes.
And now we can also turn off the lamp, because the torch is there. So if I get all, remember I dropped a bunch of stuff on the ground just to get it out of the way. And now I can get the diamond, get the torch, and get the screwdriver.
And I imagine now we're on the way back to the house.
Yep. I'll mention you don't actually need the screwdriver ever again, but I just tend to keep things.
I mean, it's a screwdriver. I mean,
you never know when you might need a screwdriver.
Or a towel.
If you just give me a moment here, I'm just going to queue up all of the commands to go all the way back to the house. We've already been through most of this path, so I'm just going to do it all as one long command.
This will be much printing.
Particularly all of the treasures at the end. West, south, east, east, touch mirror,
Yes.
north, north, up, treasure, down, northeast.
And the treasure. Jeez.
We got a lot of treasure. So I'm going to put everything I've got in the case. I'm going to get the torch. Conspicuously, once again, I'm getting the lamp. And current score is 493, which is good because that's what it should be.
We're less than 100 points away.
Okay, so once again...
So, rank of winner. We should have won by now.
Oh yeah, rank of winner. Yeah, we are winner. What the hell? I'm gonna get a few more things from the case. One of these, no human being would ever figure out that you need this. That one being the brick. The matchbook, the matchbook, fine. The guidebook, maybe. The brick, no human being could ever figure out that or why you need the brick. It's stupid.
Would this be figured out with a slight hint?
No, you cannot. Like, there is no logic to it. There is no Well, okay. Here's my slight hint. It is a brick. Okay. It's not a brick of clay. It says that it looks like a brick of clay. It's not a brick of clay.
It looks like. That's a hint.
It's a brick of something, but it's not a brick of clay.
What's the brick of then? Okay, so first thought maybe melted on something, but there's nothing particularly hot.
So we've walked back to where the coil of wire is. Conspicuously, I'm going to get the wire.
Are we going to make some kind of...
Finish that sentence. Dynamo type thing?
Is it some kind of gigantic magnet?
No.
Okay.
No one would ever figure it out. It's stupid. Here's another stupid. Remember, if you melt glacier with torch, then you drown.
Is it a sponge?
No. No one will ever guess. No one will ever guess what it is. It's not okay. It's not okay, Pi. It's really not okay.
We'll see when you type this in, I'm sure.
No, it's not even here. This is another not okay thing. This has nothing to do with that. So remember, if you melt ice with torch, you die.
Yes.
I'm just gonna again.
What happens if you melt it with a lamp?
Oh no, you can't. The lamp isn't hot. It's a battery-powered lamp.
Ah, that's a fair point. Throw.
I hate this game. I hate this game. I positively hate this game.
But
I know.
Why did that not drown you to death?
I know. I hate this game.
But it's...
So, you notice that conspicuously I grabbed the lamp. Once you do this, you don't have the torch anymore. You lose the torch forever.
Oh, forever?
Forever. You can never get the torch back. So, it is. So, this...
But what?
Oh, it's so weird, Pi. It's so strange. So...
But it's a treasure.
Importantly, this is going to be our last sort of quest into the dark. Because we don't have the torch anymore. So we're actually getting kind of near the end of the game.
But it's a treasure, so... Is it one of the treasures that you get points for when you pick it up, not as opposed to putting it in the box?
I'll talk about it when we get back. So I'm going to turn on the lamp. Now we can... What did this have to do with... Everybody is saying wire brick in chat. No, this had nothing to do with the wire brick. With the wire or the brick. We'll get there.
So it's a brick of something and
we'll get there.
I'm going to be thinking about this in the meantime.
It's horrendous. So that's something we need in this in this sort of part of the mission. It did not have to do with the ice. It's just conspicuously we got that. Unrelatedly, we destroyed the ice. So once you go behind the glacier, the remains of the glacier, on the floor lies a ruby. Great. That's a treasure. We can just take that. And there's a west passageway and a south passageway.
Oh, wait, what kind of brick what did it say the brick look like?
We can look at brick, why not? I think it just said it looks like clay. No, we can't look
clay.
At Yeah, it looks like a brick of clay. Yeah. It won't tell us that anymore.
Not like a hardened clay brick.
I don't remember exactly how it said it. I'm gonna say that's not gonna help you.
Is it like a block of C4 or something? Is it an explosive? Is it like a brick of plastic explosive? Eat it! Is it?
Yes, the wire is a fuse.
What?
I hate this game. I hate it so much. I hate this game. I positively despise this game.
Speclad wants to lick C4.
You're at the bottom of a large dormant volcano. High above you, there may be light may be seen entering from the cone of the volcano. The only exit here is to the north. There's a very large and extremely heavy wicker basket with a cloth bag here. Inside the basket is a metal receptacle of some kind. Attached to the basket on the outside is a piece of wire. You can eat C4, suggests Strixus in chat. That's right. Isn't C4 supposed to be, like, bizarrely safe? Like, C4, as long as you don't do exactly the right thing to cause it to explode, it's essentially absolutely perfectly safe.
I can very well believe that.
So, we didn't get anywhere near this when we were playing together. I think you might be able to figure this one out. It's not. I'll give you a little bit of time, but we'll see if you can figure this out. It's partially conspicuous with the things I brought with me. I currently have a guidebook, matchbook, brick with a wire in it, and a lamp. That's it. Oh, and the ruby
but
I picked up.
large dormant volcano. High above you, only light. Blah 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 blah. Wicker basket with a cloth... What?
Extremely large and heavy wicker basket with a cloth bag.
So it's a counterweight for something. Yes?
It's extremely large and heavy.
Can we try to tip the thing out or take it out?
Take what out?
Oh, the basket itself is... Oh, the basket itself is heavy.
Yes, yeah. The basket itself is large and heavy. Chat is just talking about how much fun C4 is right now.
I'm sure.
Yeah, no. So my understanding is C4 is like, it's if you don't have exactly the right thing. Why? So it says. So Blake in chat says if there isn't a blasting cap, but I think it's more specific than that because there are different kinds of blasting caps for different explosives, and like you must have exactly the right thing that sets off C4. Otherwise, you can cook it. Like there's nothing you could use it to make curry.
Like with thermite as well, I suppose. That's not going to be tasty, though.
So, do you have any thoughts? I can ask you to think very carefully about what a very large and extremely heavy wicker basket with a cloth bag could be. I'm also going to ask you to think about the other time when we saw a large basket.
Like the bucket. Did we just get in it? Board bucket or disembark basket.
You are now in the basket.
Fun fact, bread is made from C4.
So saith Speclad in chat.
C4 stew. Oh no, now they're just talking about C4 for sure. Oh no.
So the cloth bag is draped over the side of the basket.
Why?
And there's a receptacle, and there's a braided wire, different from the wire we already have, which is
not
a fuse.
The fuse. It's not a fuse.
It is if you want it to be. So I'll mention in later versions, once you board, there is a label that shows you exactly what this is. We don't have the label in the Fortran version, so we don't have quite enough information. But you might be able to guess. Very large basket with a cloth bag.
It's a hot air balloon.
It's a hot air balloon. So if you wanted to turn on a hot air balloon, what would you do?
Fire.
Fire, okay. Given what we've got with us, guidebook, matchbook, brick, wire, and a ruby, and a lamp, but a battery-powered lamp, how would we...
I'm going to suggest keeping the fire away from the brick.
Probably want to keep the fire away from the explosive, yes?
Yeah, well, I mean... Well, we've got the torch. That's not going to be enough, though.
We don't have the torch, remember.
Oh, no, we don't have the torch.
Yep.
Yes.
Conspicuously, you have to destroy the torch to get here.
Give me a list of items.
Guidebook, matchbook, brick with wire in it, ruby, lamp. That's it.
There are 6 instances.
Speculad is confused by this stream having so many instances on YouTube. Yeah, I had trouble streaming. Don't worry, Godvin in chat. We are going to mix explosives with fire later. We'll get there.
Oh.
So, obviously, we have the matchbook. That's going to have something to do with fire. What might
What's
we
in the
burn?
receptacle?
Well, let's open the receptacle.
That would be a really good thing to
That would be a
actually,
sensible thing to do. There's nothing in the receptacle.
Oh. Is there anything in the bag? There shouldn't be.
So Blake in chat suggests burning the actual matchbook itself. No, you don't need to do that. It's a good thought.
I mean, we don't want to burn the cloth bag. That would be very bad.
Well, that's the balloon itself. We have a guidebook, a matchbook, a brick with a wire in it, ruby, and the lamp.
I can't think of anything we'd have that would generate lift in the...
Lift is just fire. Lift is just fire. All we need is something to generate fire.
Oh, we don't just light a match, do we?
So we need to burn something.
Can we burn the basket? That would seem unwise.
Okay, I don't know why you're not getting this.
Okay, yeah,
there's a very conspicuous item that I brought with us in spite of the fact that it's obviously useless. So I brought with us...
What was it?
The guidebook.
Open the book.
So actually, and I like this. You can burn any paper item in the game. There's the note, there's another note, there's the tag from the boat, there's the guidebook. But I brought the guidebook specifically because depending on which item you burn, it will burn for a different amount of time. And the guidebook is the largest one, so it will burn for the longest. So the guidebook is the best thing to use, but...
I mean, I hate that actually provides lift, but...
Well, it just needs to be fire. Blake remembers this game being bizarre, but not this bizarre. Oh my god, it's Zork. Anyway, so let's light a match and burn the guidebook.
Why is there a hot air balloon in a volcano?
Why wouldn't there be? The balloon inflates as it fills with hot air. The match always goes out after one turn.
Yep, I remember that. Where is all this paper going?
I have a box that it's collecting in Speculad. Of course I do. And then I'm going to sell it for $1,000 to no one because no one wants that.
Enough to buy that.
Now, this is something that really annoys me. The way that you get the balloon to move is just by doing anything. Because it'll just lift on its own. Yeah.
Makes sense.
So the simplest way to do it is just to literally wait.
That makes sense.
The thing that sort of bothers me about that is if you try to go up, it doesn't count as passing time if you try to do a command that doesn't actually work. Like, if you try to do a command that doesn't go anywhere, then it doesn't pass any time, and so you don't raise. If you try to do something like, eat the lunch or something, if you try to do something that does actually pass time, then you raise. I find that slightly sort of cryptic. It's not terrible, but it's slightly cryptic.
Yeah, going up should work.
Anyway, we're about 100 feet above the bottom of the volcano. The top of the volcano is clearly visible here. There's nothing we can do here. So, let's just wait a little bit longer. The balloon ascends. You're about 200 feet above the volcano floor. Looming above is the rim of the volcano, and there's a small ledge on the west side. Well, there's a ledge now, so let's go there.
Can we get out? Yeah. Disembark the balloon.
Well, so we'd better actually go towards the ledge first.
Oh, yes.
That's important. Disembark. And I'm going to do something very important that you didn't mention, though you would have obviously seen it. There is a small hook attached to the rock here.
Oh. Yeah, we want to hook the balloon.
And the way we would do that is...
wire?
Tie-braided wire to hook. You have to be specific because I have another piece of wire, but tie-braided wire to hook.
Yeah, sure.
There we go. Okay. So if you don't do that, you lose the balloon and then you're screwed. Yeah, we do, because it's in the... So it's... The brick is acting like a box, and you can interact with things that are inside of boxes, so you do still have it. It's weird. Anyway, so if you don't tie the balloon, then it'll float away, obviously. You're basically screwed at that point. You're not quite screwed, because just like in the bank, how a gnome will show up and eventually free you, a gnome will show up, but you have to give him a treasure to free you. So
like in the bank.
Like in the bank. So if you do that wrong, that you get another gnome that isn't actually helpful because you just lose points to him. So, and you definitely will have a treasure because, oh, look right here, there's a Zorkmid coin.
Oh, hey, what a surprise.
And so long as it's a valuable treasure, let's take a look at it.
Absolutely.
10,000 Zorkmids.
Ooh,
in Frobs we trust. And there was also a path to the south.
Let's go down there then. Now, what could possibly be in a volcano?
Oh, I don't know, maybe a library? Libraries are things you usually have in volcanoes.
The blue book.
I'm just going to use my usual strategy of I found some stuff, so get all. Okay.
Yeah,
we can worry about what they are later. They're books, they're probably treasure, whatever.
I'm not convinced that's all they are, but okay. Continue.
It's very annoying, but just so it's another one of these, I don't want to open things and then have another item that would then be more weight, so I'll do that when we get back. Oh my god, it is the compact book. Oh, what is the purple book? Okay, so we can now board the balloon again.
And wait on up.
Well, we have to untie the braided wire, or we're not going much of anywhere.
That would help.
Lord Dimwit Flathead passed by so casually there. We've seen him twice before. He's not a big deal. So, another sort of weird mechanic. If we wait once, then we'll just go back to where we were floating above the ledge, in spite of the fact that clearly we didn't go down onto the ledge. So it's like, what? It's slightly odd. Not terrible, but it's slightly odd. Anyway, so if we wait... If we wait again... Oh, you're going to hate it far more when we finally go down at the end.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to think of how we go down.
So continue trying to think of that. You'll never get it because it's freaking terrible. You're high above the floor of the volcano. From here, the rim of the volcano looks very narrow, and you're quite near it. To the east is what appears to be a viewing ledge, too thin to land on. So that ledge to the east, that was... we never even went there in this game. Yeah, but there is next to the Egyptian room. If you go, I think, west from there, you end up on this ledge where you can view the inside of the volcano, but you can't do anything with it. It's literally
trying to figure that out from there.
Yeah. It's a useless room. It's just there to tell you the volcano is involved in some way. So that's kind of unfortunate, but. I mean, it's fine for there to be set dressing, but it looks so much like there should be something there. Anyway,
and it's just unfair.
We're now near the rim of the volcano, which is only about 15 feet across. To the west, there's a place to land with a wide ledge. Well,
okay,
we may as well land.
To the west, yeah. Well, land, tie, and disembark.
Yes. Disembark, tie braided wire to hook. Better end up with you blowing up the volcano. Yeah, the C4, the explosive is to blow up the volcano, definitely. So here, there's no treasures immediately here, but there is a precipitous drop, which I don't think you can actually kill yourself there.
You don't think?
Now I want to find out. I think
we should find out.
I think if you try to jump, it'll just refuse. It just won't let you.
I think it's going to let you.
Yes, you can. I mean, of course you can. This game always wants you to kill yourself.
Exactly.
So, yes, you can just jump off into the basin of the volcano. Good. Anyway, there's a path south. And...
Let's go south then.
It's so bad.
Oh no, what is it?
It's so bad. You're in a dusty old room which is virtually featureless except for an exit to the north side. Size, apparently.
Size? Oh, okay.
Embedded in the far wall is a rusted old box. It appears that the box is somewhat damaged since an oblong hole has been chipped out of the front of it.
Exploded out of the wall.
Okay, how shall we do that?
Throw brick at hole. At box.
Well, luckily we just saved.
Oh, no.
I'm happy to type throw brick at box. Well, we threw the brick, so it's now just sitting here.
Okay. That didn't do anything.
Now what?
Embedded in the far wall is a rusty old box. Somewhat damaged, oblong hole, chipped out the front of it. Can we put the brick in the box?
I probably shouldn't have thrown the brick if I was going to put it in the box.
We might want to take the brick back first.
Well, I'm just to not have so many moves, I'm actually going to restore and then go south again. So let's try put brick in box.
I mean, it seems like a very...
Can't reach inside.
What? Okay.
You're on the right path. You are so close.
So we've got to put something inside of it.
You can't reach inside. You can't put anything inside the box.
We don't have the screwdriver with us, do we?
No. Don't need it.
I may need a hint.
I don't think I can give you a hint. You're actually incredibly close. Literally, of the command I just gave, you are one word off.
So we can put the brick on the box.
That is not the word.
Oh. So it's not the brick. Okay, doing list and inventory list so I can see.
You're doing a great job of choosing every word except for the word that matters.
So it's not brick. Is it box? Yes, put the box in the brick. Good idea.
Thanks, Becklad.
Can we just take the box? No.
There's
one way away.
It's embedded into the wall.
Okay, do an inventory list so I can see what we've got. Now listen up.
Put brick on box, suggests Blake. Nope.
Yeah, I said that. Apparently that's not it.
I would suggest that you reread the description of the room.
Dusty old room, virtually featureless, north size. Embedded on the far wall is a rusty old box. Rusty old box. Somewhat damaged since an oblong hole has...
The wire starts to burn?
We might want to back out of the room.
Okay, let's get out of here. That seems like... I'm just gonna skip ahead. You definitely would get it eventually. It's you know, slightly annoying, but
I'm gonna kick myself, I imagine. Completely coincidental.
Oops! Yes. Warning! This room was constructed over a very weak rock strata. Detonation of explosives in this room is strictly prohibited. Provoz's Magic Safe Company idea to me. There is an explosion nearby.
But you said we can't put anything in it.
No, I said you can't put anything in the box.
Let's go back down to the room.
Okay, let's go south again and see what's happening here. 50,000 pounds of rocks fall on you, turning you into a pancake.
I do hate this game.
Okay, now what should we do?
I imagine we want to ignite it with a match.
Hey, it's a card and a crown.
Ooh, a crown. So now we've used the brick bomb.
Yep, we have used the brick bomb.
Out of the front of it.
Once again, just to have few. Okay, so let's light a match.
Indeed.
And burn the wire. I'm going to go ahead and read the card.
Okay, as you should.
For moves, I'm restoring and moving south again.
Yeah, okay. I feel like this should be far more obvious than it is. To me, at least. It doesn't happen unless you read that note, I assume.
No, that happens if you do the wrong number of moves in the room before you leave.
Oh, and that's...
So you can get the card, you can get the crown, but you must then immediately leave. The point is, if you get then you can leave, but you can't read it until you've already left. Ah, but Discord is being Discord. Then you can leave, but you can't get the crown. If you get the card and the crown, the attack is like meh, 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 meh. That was ooh. Go. You look so goofy. And the music just stops apparently. Look at him dance! Look at him dance!
What? Did I really just throw pie in his face?
You just threw a cream pie in his face and he fell off a mountain.
Wow.
Boy, I love how these enemies can kill my team with their Psy Starstorm Alpha. What am I supposed to do against Psy Starstorm Alpha? Honestly, there's nothing that's... I guess I could have Henry put on the Psy Shield. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm supposed to do, guys. I'm supposed to have Henry put on the Psy Shield and not be an idiot.
Oh.
Nothing about that sounds good for... Oh, not one of these.
Wait, for me, we made it and then we were dead.
I
Not
didn't
for
even
me.
move. I did nothing and just you
Yeah.
guys walked us right off on that edge. It was great.
Yeah. That's how much we like the thought of this level, you say.
Wow, we are awesome at this.
What is wrong with these people?
What are we doing? What are we?
What even just occurred there?
And
Did we
democracy
roll
falls apart at
over
the last
gap?
Of course.
Oh, it's the Power Glove, finally!
Yay!
I mean, the
That's good.
even better Power Glove, the Titan Glove or whatever. What? What? No!
Oh.
No! This cannot not be a hole! What are you talking about, game? What does this mean? I went into a different room and opened up a hole, and then I came to the above hole, and it's not a hole! What does this mean? And on to serotonin, which is actually called... Oh, I'll have to talk to somebody first. It's actually called Bow Wow. What a strange name for a town. Where were you when we were supposed to be taking pictures of the dinosaurs, Captain Jerkface? Honest. Lamp. Use lamp. As you pick up the lamp and rub it, a small flame appears. When you rub it again, the flame goes away. You now have a magic lamp. You put the lamp safely away in your backpack. I caught the fire elemental. I'm amazing. Oh yeah, that's there in the fountain. Okay. And it ate our face. Okay. Wow. I think that the AI in these two characters has forced them to stand here staring at each other for the remainder of time. Look at this. This is crazy. That's amazing. I am a guard. I am a citizen. Could such things ever be? Dramatic music. No, okay, whatever. Lol, oh little old lady. Lol, kitty. I see that you are the... Wow. I see that it is chosen exactly this height for me to be at with respect to you. I will address your penis as I talk to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Payday 2. So, I'm here with a couple of ne'er-do-wells.
Yep.
Being Yawweasel, Griffin Ironfeather, and Alan.
So anyway, we were... Well, had to do it.
There you go.
There you go, Al.
Beautiful.
Y'all
I'm
weasel,
Neil.
Griffin, Iron Feather, and Alan.
We take him along to write down the notes for us. It's going to be a little bit difficult to get the direction right.
There we go. Wow, we got it perfect. Evil ideas.
Okay. I don't know how
Excellent.
much of the description you actually got there, but
Okay, let's
so
see.
basically, once you walk into the room where the explosion happened, you can do 2 actions, then leave. Anything other than that, you will die. So if you get the card, read the card, and then leave, you're fine. But you don't get the crown. If you get the card and the crown, then read the card, then you die. So
Well, surely you could just get both and leave.
you can get both and leave, which is exactly what we just did.
Okay, good.
So that's the secret of this room. That's how it works. You may recall your recent explosion. Well, probably as a result of that, you hear an ominous rumbling as if one of the rooms in the dungeon has collapsed.
So now another random room has changed.
No.
for-
No, it was actually the room immediately south of us. It's that message
What?
is generic because you can actually blow up other rooms and it doesn't accomplish anything. It just ruins your day. So if you do the same thing elsewhere, you will.
Let's,
If the book.
Yeah.
So yes, Spec Lad, you just plummet. You see nothing. What are you talking about? The burning book in it is.
It's just on fire and lifting.
Yeah,
Nothing
exactly.
special
Let me
about
see
that.
if I can try and get guidebook.
Yeah.
You don't really want to hold a burning tour guidebook. Okay.
You know what? That's fair.
So remember, anything you do that takes time, the balloon moves.
So do we just wait? Is that what we do?
Okay, I'll wait. I'm happy to wait. I did just save conspicuously.
Oh, I see. So we're gonna die from those.
If you close the receptacle, the thing is, what you do with the balloon's burner is open and close the burner.
That makes some kind of sense.
But
I
it's
see
like
that.
they're kind of playing with the verbs because it also like room in blur vision.
Excellent. Oh, yeah, that is. It's so fast. It's gone blurry.
Please focus. It's not going to focus.
No, of course it's not.
Hopefully, when I do something else, it'll refocus. So I'm going to save. I did turn off the lamp too. Gotta print fast.
It should
Boy,
be blue
It
stripe.
really doesn't want to focus. Let me force it to refocus. I'll be right back.
Oh, we may be about to see a hand again. There's a hand! No, unfortunately not a foot. It was a hand.
Yes, I have hands. Isn't it amazing?
It really is.
Okay, so I said the blue book is useless. The other books aren't useless.
Yeah, so what are the other books?
This is, oh god, it's so awful. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you, only the purple book is useful. And if you try the same action on the other books, it won't work. So we're just only going to look at the purple book, okay? So what should I do with the purple book?
I mean, I feel like it can't be the obvious option of open it or look at it or read it.
Incredibly, it is the option of open it. The thing is, it's not read it. If you read it, then that doesn't count. If you open
so
it...
you've got to open it because there's an item hidden inside it, like a cut-out paper kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So the thing that's annoying about it is if you try to read it, it just says, this isn't a language I understand. But it's like, you must have opened it to read it. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
So, anyway, yes, you have to open. In fact, let's take a moment just to read. Yeah, the autofocus is confused, says Strixus in chat. Yeah, the autofocus is always confused. Unfortunately, so I'm streaming this from an Android app, and that app doesn't let you fix focus, so it's just annoying. Anyway, it's written in a language I'm unfamiliar with, so we got a stamp. That is almost the last treasure in the game. We haven't figured that out yet, and we're at full points. So
What
if you can
was
remember the one thing that I said we were going to figure out later. And the truth is, actually, the game will figure it out for you. I'm going to show this in the sort of the least damaging way possible by just sort of waiting. But if you start wandering around and take any amount of time while wandering around, then a sinister wraith-like figure, cloaked and hooded, appears, seeming to float in the air before you. In a low, almost inaudible voice, he says, "I welcome you to the ranks of the Chosen of Zork. You have persisted through many trials and tests and have overcome them all. One such as yourself is fit to join even the Implementers."
Oh, we've got to go back to the land of the living dead. Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go. And that, so... Any actions you do that take time, it will cause this to appear. So that I don't consider that cryptic at all. That's
so really by walking there you would have had this happen.
Yes, yeah. So the reason I didn't do it by walking there is it takes a little bit more time than to walk there, and that's a dark place, which means I would need to have the lamp, and I just don't want to because I no longer have the torch, so I don't want to waste the battery. Okay,
guns here.
So, better turn on the lamp. There's a burned-out lantern here.
Oh, yeah.
Not important, not relevant. Speclad bets this is an easy game by text adventure standards. Completely false. 100% wrong. This game is trash. Here's the entrance to below. Dim light, as from torches, can be seen in the passage, so we don't need a lamp, which is good because we turned it off.
Yes.
Behind you, the stairs lead into untouched rock. So we just got sort of... It's the same. So you're in a part of...
Well, we have to go touch the mirror.
You're in part of the long hallway. The east and west walls are dressed stone. The center of the hall is a stone channel. You're just imagining everything is terrible crap from earlier in the game. There is no path back out of the end game. Once you're in the end game, you're in the end game. Anyway, so let's... you wanted to touch the mirror? I'm happy to touch the mirror. It's a mirror. I mean, touching the mirror did something elsewhere.
Yeah.
Nope.
To be fair, that seems logical.
So it says the mirror is mounted on a panel which has been opened outwards. So there's actually like a door. The thing is, what's kind of annoying here, kind of cryptic, is it suggests that you could just go north because it's on the north wall. But, or I guess I just assumed it was on the north wall because we were going north. The actual way to do it is like slightly cryptic.
Just a long hallway.
It's enter mirror.
That's a bit...
It's like, it's slightly weird. Now, this is the longest room description in the entire game. It's not off the top. It's barely in frame.
No,
it's in frame. Yeah. You're inside a rectangular box of wood whose structure is rather complicated. 4 sides of the roof are filled in and the floor is open. As you face the side opposite the entrance, 2 short sides of carved and polished wood are on your left and right. The left panel is mahogany, the right pine. The wall you face is red on its left half and black on its right. On the entrance side, the wall is white opposite the red part of the wall it faces, and the yellow opposite the black section. The painted walls are at least twice the length of the unpainted ones. The ceiling is painted blue. In the floor is the stone channel is about 6 inches wide and a foot deep. The channel is oriented in north-south direction. In the exact center of the room, the channel widens into a circular depression, perhaps 2 feet wide. Incised in the stone around the area is a compass rose. That's important. Running from one short wall to the other, about waist height, is a wooden bar, carefully carved and drilled. This bar is pierced in 2 places. The first hole in the center of the bar, and thus in the center of the room. The second is at the left end of the room as you face the opposite the entrance. Through each hole runs a wooden pole. The pole at the left of the bar is short, extending about a foot above the bar, and ends in a hand grip, also critical. The pole has been dropped into a hole carved in the stone floor. So I'll mention that the panels have a degree of ambiguity. I don't remember exactly what the ambiguity is, and I'll just do the same thing, and another 2 of the panels just do the same thing.
Okay.
But right now, if you push any of the panels, all you'll get is the structure shakes slightly but doesn't move.
Well, let's try something with the pole.
Okay.
At the left end.
Okay. what shall we try?
Pushing or pulling or turning it.
Okay. Push. So I'm going to specify short pull. Because there's more than one
Is that
pull.
the short one? Okay.
Yeah. The pull cannot be lowered further.
Let's raise it then.
Raise short pull. The pole is now slightly above the floor.
Great. Let's try pushing a panel now.
The structure rotates clockwise. The arrow on the compass rose now indicates northwest. Now, I'm going to skip a few steps here. The only direction that is actually useful is north. Yeah.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We were in a north-south corridor, so yeah, fine.
Okay.
It has to be north.
Okay.
Now, I'm also going to just mention, so again, all of this you could discover by trial and error. I don't want to do the trial and error now because I can't
the trial
load.
And error is,
I can't save and restore, so I don't want to bother with that. So the mahogany panel makes you move, the pine panel back. So right now, if we...
so we want to get to a wall or something somewhere we can't push further than
we actually are at a wall.
South.
If we had pushed the mahogany panel again, we wouldn't have been able to go. So you're exactly right.
So if we
south, there you go.
Then... Okay, good.
So unfortunately, each of these panels only rotates, a quarter turn at a time. So I need to press the red panel 4 times to actually turn all the way.
See, this endgame is actually quite good in terms of the puzzle.
I'll mention all of this. You could. The only thing that's annoying is every time you screw up, you have to start from the beginning of the end game again.
Yeah,
but all of this, if you just tried pushing the panels, as long as you thought to push the panels, you would be able to figure this out. It's not just purely crypticness.
Okay.
So now we can go north out of here.
Yeah.
You are in a north-south hallway, which ends in a large wooden door. The south side of this room is divided by a wooden wall into small hallways to the southeast and southwest. What it's telling you there is you left your vehicle there, and you can go southeast or southwest. You are in a narrow north-south corridor. At the south end is a door, and to the north end is an east-west corridor. The door is open. The Dungeon Master is quietly leaning on his staff here. Now, I'm just going to say... So there's like a sequence of corridors that are explained somewhat confusingly. It's just a ring. There's just a ring. That's all. So I can go north, northeast, north, north, or I can go north, northwest, north, north, and I get to the same place. I'm going to use north, northeast, north, north. It doesn't actually matter. The point is you have to go around the ring and get to the north.
Oh, that's easy.
It's not like it's cryptic or anything. It's just that because actually, the thing that's cryptic about it is that getting around the rest of the game is so cryptic, you would expect it to be cryptic, but instead it's just a ring.
Which I guess is the point.
Anyway, we're in east-west corridor. And by the way, note that the Dungeon Master is following us.
Oh. That's kind of creepy.
We have gone east. We're now in another corridor. Okay, I'm going to go north.
Okay.
Argue rules with the Dungeon Master. You are in a large east-west corridor which opens out to a northern parapet at its center. You can see flames and smoke as you peer towards the parapet. The corridor turns south at its east and west ends, and due south is a massive wooden door with windows barred with iron. The door is closed.
Flames and smoke as you peer towards the parapet.
That's north. And
corridor turns south.
Yep. So the corridor turning south to the east and west, that's just the ring I'm describing. It's the way it describes it is a little bit weird because it's like you're in an east-west corridor and to the east it turns south and to the west it turns south.
Yeah,
what you're trying to say is that it's a ring.
So this is still part of the same ring. This is just the north part.
Yeah, this is just the north of the ring. That's all. Yeah.
And due south is a massive wooden door. That's a door.
Yes.
Came
So
through.
no. So the center of the ring. We've gone north around
this is
the ring.
This is the south of the top of the ring.
Yes. This is like into the ring.
Let's try to open the door or knock on it. Then.
Well, I mean, every other door. Only one door in the entire game have we knocked on. This one we're just going to open.
No. Well, that. Okay,
It just opened. So let's go south into it.
Good idea.
You're in a featureless prison cell. Well, that was good.
Oh.
You can see the east-west corridor outside, the open wooden door in front of you. You notice that the dungeon master does not follow.
See, part of me obviously wants to just close the door, but that doesn't seem like a good idea.
I think you can safely... No, sorry. No. Once you close it, it doesn't open. Of course it doesn't. It's a prison cell.
Oh. Yeah, exactly.
So, no. Don't close the door. Anyway, so there's nothing we can do right here right now, but it's worth noting that it's there.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
So there's really only one other place we can go. We can go to the north from here. I'll mention the west side of the ring, again, like I said, it's just a ring. So it's just the same description, but with east replaced with west. There's nothing really to say about it.
And there's no other door on any other side of the ring?
Nope. There's that one door. Well, and there's the door out that, we took in, but we don't need to go there anymore. You are standing behind a stone retaining wall, which rims a large parapet. Specklad wants us to push the dungeon master in there. I did try that.